as you know, I'm quite new right now on the market, so my perception is a kind of a snapshot. So what I would like to say first is that I've been very well impressed by the market, especially the quality of the projects and the fact that the market is very dynamic. I would say that if there is some limits, the limits are much more regarding the size of the market itself, because this is true that Southeastern Europe market is a huge market in itself, but at the end this is an addition of very small markets which are very different from each other. And I think that those markets are different in terms of culture, habits, and the way to do business. And so as a result, Serbia in itself is a small market, so it's in a way a disadvantage. But on the other hand, it's an advantage because it allows local companies like us to be very effective on the market, to be a kind of dominant on the market without suffering too much from giant international presence. So as of today, I will say that it's an advantage because we are able to really control the market, to be very attractive on the market with our products and so on. Of course, on the other end, there is some disadvantage. The market is maybe lacking some big players. The market is also maybe lacking some foreign investment, but I'm very confident that it will come. One more thing about the market, and I think that this is very important for the dynamism of the market, is the very good economic indicators. You have right now in Serbia a very strong growth, a very big increase in terms of buying power, in terms of salaries, and this is not something that you will be seeing in many other markets. And this is very important because this is what really fuels the market and what allows the market to absorb that a big amount of new projects and big amount of developments. I'm personally very confident. In fact, first of all, this is a kind of auto-persuasion you could be saying or thinking because I'm coming from the real estate industry. But no, really, I really believe that real estate will come out from that situation even stronger. Because to me, what happened to us as developers, or as asset managers, but also as customers and human beings, was a kind of nightmare. And it gives us the opportunity to have a kind of image, a kind of idea of what is the future world if we only rely on e-commerce, if we only start to have no more physical contact and no more physical interactions between us. And I think that pandemic has been a kind of warning and to tell us, stop, we need to change something, because if we continue to accept that intrusion of e-commerce and digital world in our everyday life, we will end up having a very sad life. We will end up having what we could be calling a lockdown life. And so nobody wants it. And it was a good way to realize it. And also I really believe that there will be a revenge. I really believe that all of us are now very ready to make a new start. We are ready to consume again, to socialize again, because we really missed what I call the real world, and we had the opportunity to understand that we are really dependent and really expecting to have physical life and physical contacts. So as you said, effects have been very strong for our industry, which is logical because our industry is based on people. Of course, we are developing buildings, we are running buildings, but we are running and developing those buildings for people. And this is the same whenever we are talking of shopping centers or office buildings. Okay, we are hosting people. And so we need to give lots of importance to those people. And so what happens with that crisis is that we needed to react very fast in order to give confidence to the users of our buildings, to tell them that we are taking care of them, we are very aware of the situation, and our aim is to give them exactly the same level of service and the same level of comfort, whatever the situation has changed due to that pandemic. So being reactive is very important, giving confidence also is very important, and also to show people that we are here, we are not escaping our responsibilities. This is right the opposite. We are trying and pushing to give answers every day to new challenges. Green buildings and sustainability is very important. As I said before, first of all, we are managing those buildings. So we want buildings that are clean to manage and also very efficient. Efficiency now is passing through green buildings. It was not so easy in the past because we need also to have some support from the authorities in terms of cost, taxes, in terms of subsidiaries eventually. It is becoming more and more easy because this is a global trend right now. This is a wave coming. So out of our strong belief and our responsibility, this is more easy now to implement it. We are also doing it because we are users of our building, not only managers, we are also users. And it's very important because we cannot consider to make buildings where we, our own people in the company, and then of course our customers will not feel well, okay, and will not feel, I will say, in line with the new trends. I'm saying that, and it's very up to date because we will be moving on next Monday to this building from Tower 1 to Ušće Tower 2. So this is why I can tell you, as a user, we are giving lots of importance, also as a developer and also as a company that wants to stay a long time on the market. This is something that you cannot avoid anymore. I mean, you cannot pretend being a developer and doing buildings that will have no future, because we can tell from now on that those buildings will have no future. No future because they will cost too much, because there will be some dirt in the future landscape. And so then you are not a developer. You could be a builder, you could be a broker, but not a developer. A developer is a company that is putting itself on the long run. And also, as MPC properties, I mean, we will last. We are here. We have, I think, already a good presence on the market, but we want to extend that presence. And we want to last for a long time on the market. So, I mean, this is, to me, very obvious that we can only think green, and we can only develop buildings that are in line with, of course, today's requirements, but also with future requirements. And again, as a developer, our obligation is not to do buildings for tomorrow, it's to do buildings for 10 years. Anyway, when you start to develop a building, you know that your building will be open 5 years later, from the very first start to the completion. First of all, vision. Vision is very important because vision makes us being developer. In order to be a developer, you need the vision, because you need to be able to foresee in advance what are the future trends on the market and what will be the future needs of your customers. So vision relates to development. Agility also allows us to react very quickly to change on the market, change of trends, but also some unpredictable events like we are experiencing since now a year. So the agility also allows us to immediately change our strategy or to adapt our strategy, to adapt our products, our buildings to the change on the market. And finally, sustainability is also very important for us, because if you pretend to be a developer, you need to develop buildings for mid to long term. Okay, and which is also very important is that sustainability is important for us because we are also managers. As you know, we keep our building. We are developing portfolios and we are managing those portfolios. So we need to be very conscious that we will be also the users of those buildings, and we will be managing those buildings. So for that same reason, we need to build and to develop proper buildings that will be easy to manage, easy to use, and that will be able to serve needs for a very long term.